You guys, forget what they told you about money being the root of all evil. It's not the money itself, but the love for money is the root of all evil, because it's that relentless hunger for it that leads us down the path of darkness. And oh boy, do I have a story that'll make you rethink your whole perspective on greed. All right, loves, buckle up. We're diving headfirst into the whirlwind of TikTok drama. And trust me, it's about to get wild. So grab your bowl of popcorn. No, actually, get the entire popcorn maker, because we're in for one heck of a ride.
It's about to go down.
A TikToker and a food truck driver are fighting over food, and this story is about to get messier than a dropped ice cream cone on a hot summer day. Y'all know Keith Lee, right? The TikTok king who travels the nation spreading love through cuisines and boosting small eateries, like food trucks. The guy who has all the plugs to the best hangout spots with good food. Yes, that guy. That's our main character today. However, this isn't your typical heartwarming tale. Oh no. It's a story of betrayal, greed, and the downfall of a food truck empire. Well, maybe not an empire, but you catch the drift. So the plot thickens, guys, thicker than a pot of my grandma's famous gravy.
Keith Lee is officially in Dallas. So I asked him for help and come to visit my mom's food truck to hopefully turn it around. She is an award-winning pastry chef, but she is a culinary chef. She has 2 degrees. We are just from Milwaukee, and here in Dallas, it's kind of hard with the marketing because we don't know our way even around.
It all started when a young man named Dion Spelling, practically on his knees, posted a TikTok video begging Keith Lee to visit his mom's food truck called Sweetly Seasoned. He claimed that their food was like finding a unicorn burger, and that his mom, Kim Vervette, was drowning in a sea of financial woes. Keith, the ever-generous social media hero, saw the video and decided to surprise them with a visit. As you can see, it was all happy tears and good vibes.
We here. I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 to 10. He spent $80.11.
Keith arrived and tasted their food with the enthusiasm of a hungry raccoon at a dumpster buffet. Because, let's be real, food trucks can be the best kinds of buffets. Keith Lee then showered them with praise in a glowing online review.
The only thing is, the only person cooking is the mama. So if you do come, please be patient. It's only one person there cooking. But it's a lot of people, so she got the option to have a lot of hands.
He even warned his millions of followers about the potential wait times, since Sweetly Seasoned was a one-woman show, courtesy of Dion's mom. Basically, he handed them a golden ticket to Flavortown and ultimate success.
I charged him $4,000 on his card, meaning all the money went to the food truck in hopes that she would do what she needed to do.
But here's where the plot takes a sharp turn. Keith's charitable soul left a hefty $4,000 at the food truck as a tip. The plot twist is coming, y'all. He didn't just hand it over carelessly. Oh no, he specifically stated his wishes for its distribution. You see, Keith wanted to make a real difference for the struggling business.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so please charge my card for $4,000 and y'all switch it and y'all divvy it however y'all feel necessary.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
He proposed that $2,000 go towards Sweetly Seasoned itself, a much-needed boost to help them get back on their feet. But he didn't stop there.
We want to leave $1,000 to the barber so he can cut everybody.
Oh, that's my little brother. He went to go pick up my baby brother from school.
Keith also allocated $1,000 to Sherelle's barber brother Bradley, who happened to be there. It was a gesture of support for fellow small business owners, you know, just to show unity within the community. Sherelle was the lady helping serve food in the food truck, and I guess she also does braids or something.
We want to leave you $1,000 to cut hair. We want to leave you $2,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it.
Keith saw her dedication and hard work, so he decided to allocate another $1,000 to her. Again, this was just his way of appreciating her efforts for her contribution to the team. Y'all know how Keith is always heavy on tips. I hope by now it's evident to everyone that Keith's plan wasn't about just handing out cash. It was about investing in the future of Sweetly Seasoned and the people behind it. It's a reminder that sometimes a little financial support can go a long way in turning things around for a struggling business. With Keith's generosity, Sweetly Seasoned just might have a fighting chance to rise above the challenges and thrive once again. All about that positive energy. Seems like a fair and well thought out plan, right? Wrong. Kim, who's the woman owning the restaurant, became blinded by the allure of the mighty dollar and the clinking of imaginary coins. Here's another bombshell.
Give that barber $1,000 for free haircuts. He should have said, anybody, come on, who wants their haircut for free? Come on. Then he would have deserved it. Then that would have made him with me. because now you're helping me. You're shining on me. This man was not with me.
Kim decided to pocket the entire $4,000 she was supposed to split with the others. Yes, you heard that right. Every single penny. It was a jaw-dropping situation that exposed the harsh truth about Kim's true motives. Instead of honoring her commitments and sharing the money, she chose to line her own pockets at the expense of others. It's a blatant betrayal of trust and a slap in the face to everyone involved. So Keith's visit happened somewhere around January 31st, and Sherelle made a video around February 2nd exposing Kim and Dion S. Clearly, Kim had not intended to give them their share.
A lot of y'all know yesterday I got to meet Keith Lee. Great, congratulations. I'm still humbled by the experience. Like, I am ecstatic. Blessings to your family. I really appreciate you. But now this is where the downfall comes in. A lot of y'all was on my live when he said this.
I see y'all giving out haircuts.
My little brother, yeah.
We want to leave $1,000 to the barber so he can cut everybody.
Oh, that's my little brother. He went to go pick up my baby brother from school.
We want to leave $1,000 to do the hair. We want to leave $2,000.
And granted, everything was cool, right? Me being me and thinking everybody else is going to have the same genuine heart as me, I charged him $4,000 on his card, meaning all the money went to the food truck in hopes that she would do what she needed to do, right? Wrong. So after everything had died down, mind you, on top of him tipping $4,000, this man left an extra $886 to feed everybody else that was coming, right? Right. But this is where she went wrong. I'm in the truck, mind you, I'm a worker. This is your business, so I'm doing what you say. She tell me after this person, which is a third person, that you got to start charging again. Now it's one thing when he say I'm leaving this for free and for somebody to come and order like one of everything on the menu and try to get both desserts and drinks. Like, yeah, you can put a limit on that. But if this man left you almost $1,000, why the did you stop handing free food out after the third person?
Sherelle, who wasn't having any of this tomfoolery, decided to expose the whole shebang on TikTok. After Sherelle's video, everything literally took a nosedive, and both Dion and Kim's true colors showed.
And I would give her some because she did market me that morning, but that's all she did. And I don't even know who he is. The barber? That's my son's hair. He wasn't with me.
Would you even believe that this was the same woman who was literally on her knees because her business was dying?
Yeah, so please charge my car for $4,000 and y'all switch it, y'all divvy it however y'all feel necessary.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you.
According to Kim and his son, no one else deserved to get the money but them. And so the back and forth began, guys. It got so bad. Talk about a roller coaster of excuses. Kim's decision to pocket the money spoke volumes about her character, or let's just say lack of it. Her selfish and short-sighted move stinks of greed and dishonesty. Remember, y'all, Kim had a chance to do the right thing, to show integrity and generosity, but she chose the path of greed instead. You might think that you know someone too well only for them to be a complete stranger to you in a split second. Trust is really hard to come by nowadays, and it's because of people like Kim that make people lose hope in humanity. Kim's betrayal would have been forgotten, but what annoyed people the most was her reaction after the incident. The entitlement was just out of this world. This woman has an ego the size of Russia. Then there was a whole other drama with the barber.
I thought he was giving out free haircuts, so I announced it on the live, which I apologize for. I thought he was giving free haircuts out. He even cut my brother's hair. So I told my brother, you know what? He trying to get some, new customers in Dallas. You looking for a barber? Sit down and let him cut your hair. It's free. Just try him out. My brother did so. Afterwards, the barber was asking for money. I'm like, I thought it was free. He's like, no, I need my $30.
So apparently, just like Keith had paid an extra $886 and asked Kim to give people free food, he had also asked Bradley, the barber, to give people free haircuts for the $1,000. And this would have been a great move for his business because he would have definitely retained so many clients after their first free haircut. Well, turns out that's not exactly what Keith said. Dion and his mom, Kim, made it sound like they were told to only give Bradley his share after doing the haircuts, while it was something so simple, all they had to do was hand over Bradley's $1,000. It's super obvious that Dion and his mom wanted to keep all the money, and so they kept coining excuse after excuse as to why they had not given Bradley and Sherelle their share of the tip.
He's like, no, I need my $30. So now I'm irritated. I'm just like, whatever. I got 20 I can send you. So I sent him the $20.
But seriously, Dion, if you thought that was free, why did you pay at all? This whole situation is starting to sound like a tangled web of confusion and contradictions. And here comes yet another layer to this tangled web of drama. At some point, Dion now claimed that he didn't make payments because he had apparently lost his card. But remember, this was literally the same day that he had used Apple Pay to pay for his brother's haircut and even showed us a $20 proof of payment.
I still give you the money because I don't want to argue with my friend, but my bank card got stolen. I can't get in my account right now. He gotta wait till I can make it to the bank. They wanted the money. It was like 5 p.m. at this point. They wanted it that same day before he left. How I'm gonna get to the bank? I don't got no bank card. The bank closed.
Now, hold up a minute, Dion. You don't need a bank card for Apple Pay. It's all connected to your phone, man. We're tangled deep in a web of drama that keeps getting deeper and deeper. If he could use Apple Pay earlier, why didn't he sort things out when it came to splitting the money later on? In another video, Dion claimed that the money hadn't cleared yet and that if it did, he would have sent everyone their money. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more tangled, here comes another curveball.
Mom says she does not have the money to give because the payment has not cleared yet. Said once it's cleared, she will send over the money. Said she will send it to me and I will send it to him because she's not dealing with Sherelle or him at this point because of the way they were acting.
This guy contradicts himself so much, I'm beginning to feel dizzy with all these back and forths. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you're shocked at how Dion handled the situation, here's another clip of his mom.
Give that barber $1,000 for free haircuts. He should have said, anybody, come on. Who wants their haircut for free? Come on.
No. Come on. Who is this woman fooling? First of all, what's with that ugly attitude? She's talking as if she wants to fight, yet not so long ago, her business was literally on its last leg. Suddenly, Keith Lee has lifted her up, and this is how she reacts. Some people just don't deserve blessings. Kim and Dion's narratives kept changing, especially after realizing people were not on their side.
I'm gonna give $1,000 to my son, and he'll give y'all whatever it is he see fit.
Kim moved from, I'm not giving them any money to, I'll give my son the $1,000 and then he'll decide how much to give y'all. Now, wait just a minute here. If the money hadn't cleared, how did she manage to hand over $1,000 to her son? It's like they're dancing around the truth, but then they keep tripping on their own feet. After Keith's video, the two then toned it down a bit.
Me and Sherelle talked about it. I told her I want to give her $1,000 and mend our friendship. I don't feel like it's worth $1,000. I truly don't. But I have no clue how she's going to handle the situation. Is she going to choose the clout or the money? If it's really about our money, she wants to save our friendship because I did nothing to her. I don't deserve to lose a friend over trying to mediate a situation that happened over a misunderstanding.
Dion, the king of contradictions, had earlier claimed that he lost his card. Then he said that the money hadn't reflected on their end. Then he said he would just pay them using his money like he was some good Samaritan giving Sherelle and Bradley some sort of help. But then he turned around a little later and said that the money wasn't worth losing friends over.
They really need this money so bad. So I said, out of my bank account, I will pay the $1,000. Out of Keith Lee's money, the $1,000 will go towards another barber who can actually come and cut hair because he couldn't.
Well, which one is it, Dion? This dude is busy pointing a finger at everyone but himself. Why is he even trying to paint himself as a hero after all this mess? So suddenly he understands the value of friendships, yet he was the one who literally threw his friends under the bus. At this point, Dion was just really in the depths of the secondhand embarrassment he had brought on himself. Dion frustrated Sherelle so much that she gave up on her share and only requested that they give her brother his dues. And Dion is somehow dumb enough to even use this to justify his actions.
Sherelle said she didn't want her $1,000 because she knows the situation my mom was in. She knows about food truck need fixed. She knows everything. So she was acting like she was being so nice and caring, like, oh, I don't want the part. I just wanted to meet Keith Lee. I got what I wanted. And then the next day, she's like, oh, my brother want his money, even though he don't want to cut no hair.
He even said that Sherelle did not get her money because she was being a good friend. Oh, so suddenly he remembered their friendship was in the ICU after dragging Sherelle and Bradley for days? But that sounds like a whole lot of double talk to me. He's just throwing out reasons left, right, and center without landing on a straight answer. When all he had to do was give other people their money, Kim and her son, Dion, are like a pair of magicians pulling rabbits out of their hats, except instead of rabbits, habits, it's just more excuses. And to top it off, they were only listening to parts of Lee's demands that suit them best, which is downright dishonest and two-faced. Am I the only one whose head is spinning? People entertained Dion and Kim's shenanigans for a minute, and then boom! The internet erupted like a shaken soda bottle. People were so furious with Kim for her outright selfish stunts, and fingers started flying across keyboards, leaving a trail of scathing, hateful reviews on Sweetly Seasoned social media pages. The online firestorm was getting so intense that Google swiftly and permanently closed Sweetly Seasoned's listing. And that's how Kim and the Sun threw away the golden opportunity, because for those who may not know, there's something the TikTok community calls the Keith Lee effect. That is, people trust his food reviews so much that when he recommends your business, you'll have to hire more help because of the endless orders. Remember, when he first set foot at Sweetly Seasoned, he even cautioned his viewers to bear with Kim when they come in for food because she's just one person. Kim missed an opportunity of a lifetime because of a mere $4,000, and yet she would have made more profits with the kind of business Keith brought her way. Okay, moving on, because the drama doesn't end there, guys. After the internet roasted them like marshmallows over a campfire, Kim and Dion attempted some damage control, but no one was buying their BS anymore, and definitely not Sherelle.
Yesterday you lost your bank card, today you got cash. I'm just really confused about the whole situation. But another thing that really threw me for a loop, you sat here on this platform and you lied.
They had done so much damage without realizing they were the problem. Would you believe they shifted the blame on Sherelle, even going as far as accusing her of clout chasing?
Give that barber $1,000 for free haircuts. He should have said, anybody, come on, who want their haircut for free? Come on. Then he would have deserved it. Then that would have made him with me. Because now you're helping me. You're shining on me. This man was not with me.
Ugh, the audacity. Dion particularly messed up so much because he was Sherelle's friend. At least he should have known when to close his mouth. He kept throwing curveballs into the mix and providing way too many details instead of doing the one thing he should have done in the first place. Dion even claimed Sherelle turned down her share because she only wanted to meet Keith Lee, and like Kim had said, Sherelle is only after fame.
That they are telling lies in order to gain attention and followers. Notice that all of their videos mentioning Keith Lee, whether positive or negative, are the only ones on their page that are over 100,000 views. Check out mine. That's not the case.
Wait, what does that have to do with anything? Are we still talking about the food truck, or is there more to this? It's like he's trying to paint Sherelle in a negative light, shifting the focus away from the real issues at hand. But people were not so quick to believe anything coming from Dion and his mom. They were only mad that Sherelle was bold enough to speak.
You can keep the money that was left for me, but my brother's preparing to leave and go back home, and I'm unsure how he'll get it once he leaves. Granted, all I had to do was send it to her, or she could have sent it to him, whatever. She said, please call me back so an agreement can be made. But before we even got to those messages, she called me and she was just like, well, I didn't invite your brother to come out there and cut hair. I didn't invite you. My son invited you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give $1,000 to my son and he'll give y'all whatever it is he see fit out of it.
She only wanted her brother to get his share. Let's stick to the facts here, please, and hold those responsible accountable for their actions. The plot thickens, y'all. I don't know how many times I've said the plot thickens, but you guys can agree that it literally keeps thickening. So Keith, bless his soul, after watching how things went down, the unnecessary fights, the misunderstandings, he had no choice but to clarify a few things. He said he knew the barber was charging money, $40 actually, for a haircut, and the tip was just to boost his business. He clarified that he never said Bradley should only get his $1,000 after giving the free haircuts, and that Dion and his mom were just trying to complicate matters when all they had to do was give everyone their money and move on.
To be honest, there's not much to talk about, but there are a few conflated and confused things that's going around about the situation. So let's talk about them. 3 days ago, me and my family went to Sweetly Seasoned food truck. Number one, nobody had any idea we was coming. They found out we was in Dallas like everybody else found out we was in Dallas because we was posting videos in Dallas. So in hopes of us coming, they had t-shirts made and they was on live all day. So me and my family wasn't in cahoots with none of this. We was all under the impression that they were a team and this was a normal routine for them. The barber being there, the braider being there, family being there, a lot of people being there. This is our first time here. We are customers. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Number two, I was never under the impression that haircuts was free. Again, my family was watching the lives. We knew that he was cutting hair for $40. So when we walked up and I said I want to get his $1,000 to the barber to do free haircuts and $1,000 to the braider to braid hair, it was because in the original video, the son said it was slow due to marketing. That's marketing.
Keith also said that he did not pay everyone else separately because he didn't have much time and the interaction only lasted 5 minutes.
It was really only like a 5-minute interaction. Within that 5 minutes, 30 to 40 people pulled up. They was pulling up in droves. That parking lot was getting deep fast. And for me and my family's safety in general, I don't never carry cash around.
Right? I mean, it's not like he had all day. Plus, how hard is it to divide cash? But it doesn't end there. Keith also mentioned that he couldn't give a personal information for Zelle or Apple Pay because there were too many people live, and others were there to say hi, which is a valid concern. Lee added that he only tips through the POS system because it's the only way that makes sense. Again, a practical decision in a world where digital transactions rule the roost. I gotta say that Lee's arguments are respectable, valid, and make sense. He's not just throwing out excuses left and right like some others we know. The best thing that Lee did was set the record straight. He made it crystal clear that he was not in the business of shutting down businesses, and neither was he playing the villain here, but was still bold enough to call a spade a spade. And you know who he's rightfully pointing fingers at? Kim Vervette and her son. Yep, he's putting the responsibilities squarely on their shoulders for any negative outcomes that may arise. If anything, despite all the drama and finger pointing, Lee wanted everyone involved in the situation to stay safe. He's just trying to ensure that things don't escalate any further than they already had.
Actions did not sit right with y'all and her customer base. That resulted in the situation that she in today. You just ate the food and left a tip. Pray in advance that everybody in the situation stays safe.
But here's the actual kicker, y'all. Keith mentioned something super important and it hit so hard.
I've learned through this journey that sometimes it's deeper than the food, it's deeper than the marketing, it's deeper than the customer service. And this is one of those cases in my opinion.
No lies told, it's true that sometimes businesses not doing so well is deeper than just the food, marketing, and customer service. And then he brought up the sweaty season drama as a prime example of food vendors failing. Kim gave into the pressure, but it was too late. So what does Kim do? She records a video as Sweetly Seasoned publicly asking Sherelle to come pick up her money.
Hi everyone. I am reaching out to you guys today because my son, he already called or texted me, however, he got in touch with Sherelle and asked her if she can come pick up the money. From what I hear, she is refusing to get it. So now I am asking, and I'm asking my followers, please tag her and tell her Sweetly Season is asking her to please come pick up their money.
She could have resolved this matter sooner, but instead she let it simmer until it reached a boiling point. At this point, Sherelle was not even responding to her because they had dragged her for days for no reason at all.
And make it seem like this shit was for clout, when you originally knew that I was coming out there solely to connect with Keith Lee. It was never a clout situation. If it was a clout situation, all that shit would have been me. I would have been wearing my brand. I would have brought my books. I would have had all my cameras set up. This shit, I would have made that shit about me.
And you know what? Sherelle's anger is completely justified. She's been mistreated by Kim and her son from the get-go. They've been dodging responsibility, making excuses, and dragging their feet when they could have just owned up to their mistakes and made things right. So by the time Kim was taking action, the damage had already been done. In the end, Sweetly Seasoned is pretty much toast, burnt to a crisp. Their reputation is tarnished beyond recognition, and their online presence is a ghost town. All because Kim decided greed was a better recipe for success than good old-fashioned honesty and kindness. When I tell you the world had a lot to say about Sweetly Seasoned, the son said he was giving an unbiased opinion and then immediately was biased. Also, the son is complaining that Keith gave the barber money to cut hair for free, but the barber didn't do cuts for free. Well, Keith also gave money to the food truck so everyone could eat for free, but they weren't doing that either. They were charging people still. Literally, pot calling the kettle black. She destroyed her own business. Keith Lee tried to help. The owner's son coming out to try and twist Keith's words was diabolical, TBH. Thousands more agree that Sweetly Seasoned made a mighty mess of Lee's gracious deed. Keith Lee is so precious, and to bluntly lie about his gratitude is absolutely horrific. I'm sorry, but they destroyed their blessing. There's one more plot twist to this mess, y'all. So Kim's business was called Sweetly Seasoned, right? Now there's a similar catering company in North Texas called Seasoned Street Food, who found themselves caught in the crossfire due to the similarity in names. Whew. People mistook them for Sweetly Seasoned and unleashed a storm of backlash. The owner, Jonathan Enola, revealed that they received more than 300 calls a day, some of them downright hostile, with people even wishing death upon him. It was crazy. Imagine being bombarded with angry calls and threats simply because of a name mix-up. Kim really messed up. The Enolas are still attempting to clear their name amidst the chaos. Let's hope it all goes well for them soon, because such bad press can literally make them close shop.